The checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Georgian Prime Minister Erkel Garibashvili on Monday said the country's account deficit between imports and exports, unemployment and poverty had all hit record low in the past year, while the domestic economy was observed at an all-time high and GDP per capita at a historic maximum. In comments on economic gains in 2022, Garibashvili said the account deficit had been recorded at the historic low of 4.1%, improving by almost 6.3 percentage points in connection to the gross domestic product. He also said the Georgian economy continued to grow this year, hitting 7.1% growth in the first 2 months of 2023. The economy grew by over 8% in January and 5.8% in February, he said, calling it a very serious achievement considering international challenges. Construction, finances, trade, transport, tourism, all these directions show high activity, he said in the comments. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development will allocate €46.2 million for the enabling development of sustainable agriculture, irrigation and land market in Georgia, the Ministry of Finance of Georgia announced on Monday. The agreement was signed between Finance Minister Lasha Khutsishvili and Sebastian Molyneux, the World Bank Regional Director for the South Caucasus. Within the first facility under the Green and Sustainable Development Policy of Georgia, €46.2 million will be allocated to the country, which will be channeled to the state budget, the ministry said. In total, €69.3 million will be allocated as a part of project to improvement of irrigation and drainage services in Kakheti, Shida and Kvemokartli, Mtskheta, Mtianeti and Samegrelo-Zemosvaneti regions of Georgia. The Minister of Health, Zura Bazarashvili, claims that the reference prices for 7,000 medicines operating in the country will be applied in 10 or 12 months. Azarashvili made this statement after the government meeting. As for the reference pricing, it will be fully extended to 7,000 medicines in about 10-12 months. The competition agency is actively involved in the responding to similar issues. Also, the legislative package that we are bringing to the parliament implies a very effective and operative response from our side. This combination will definitely work. We started from a fully deregulated market and we have to go through this transitional period stably, said Azarashvili. The reference price for the first part of medicines came into effect on March 15. All construction permits issued from 2024 should include a landscaping segment based on the amendments proposed to the Code on Space Arrangement, which the lawmakers are scheduled to approve with the third reading at the Tuesday's plenary. Maya Bitadze, chair of the Preliminary Environment Protection Committee, clarified that the project was enforced in 2019 and green spaces surround many residential houses and eateries. Bitadze explained the amendments would control chaotic constructions and create recreational spaces in every district, adding each municipality should determine the list of plants appropriate for the region and adaptable to the local climate. Tbilisi practice shows that the project was beneficial not only for the city but also for the developers, she said. Tbilisi Mayor Kahakaladze says at the municipal government meeting on Wednesday that public transport usage has increased by 43% in January-February this year compared to the same period of the last year. As he notes, passenger number hit a record high and only buses have transported 580,000 passengers per day. According to him, such an increase is due to the new reform. Our goal is to make public transport the fastest, most accessible and comfortable for everyone. That's why we have planned to bring those 18-meter buses and renovate metro stations. We must make public transport most popular. The mentioned data are a direct indicator that the reform is working in the right direction. The innovation innovations that have been tested in the European cities are being introduced in the right direction in our capital, city of Tbilisi, said Kaladze. In addition, Kaladze noted that Tbilisi Metro served a record high number of passengers on December 23, 2022, amounting to 527,000. Membership in the European Union will bring enormous benefits to Georgia. EU membership means stability, peace, prosperity and rising living standards, stated EU Ambassador in Georgia Pavel Hertsinski during his visit to the Western Emirati region of Georgia. I am really happy to be here in Georgia during a historic moment. Georgia has decided to apply for EU membership. 27 EU members have decided to grant Georgian European perspective. There was this ongoing work on the implementation of 12 priorities. This is still work in progress. We will assess this progress later this year and 27 member states will decide on the next steps in December. I hope it will be a positive decision. I hope that Georgia will be granted candidate status. This is not the end of the road. Even if it happens, it's only yet another step toward EU membership. There will be many more steps, said the ambassador.